All right, everybody. I'd like to say, first of all, thank you so much, Facebook family and YouTube family, for all the support you have given me for 2023. Thank you. We're getting ready to close out this year. And I'd like to take this time out to thank each and every one of you for your support, and also wishing you and your family the happy holidays for 2023. Now, as I go into 2024, it's going to be a good year, Facebook family. We will have a good time this year in 2024. In fact, in January, the Jack Yates Men Luncheon, I will try to bring in our principal over there at Jack Yates, Miss Tiffany Square. And what can I say about February, y'all? I will go visit my brother. And Facebook family, you will be able to come with me to Las Vegas as we get ready for Super Bowl 58. I don't know who's going to be in there. More than likely, I think the San Francisco 49ers. But then as far as the AFC, I don't know how that's going to work out. But I do know that I will be there in Las Vegas with my brother and my sister-in-law as we get ready to celebrate Super Bowl 58 at Allegiant Stadium out there in Las Vegas, off the strip of Las Vegas Boulevard and Highway 15. Now, I want to say this to all my friends and for all my followers, is that we have got a new mayor for 2024 here in Houston. And people saying that, well, I really don't drop politicians in the grease or under the bus, but I got to call it like I see it, which is real. For 8 years, Jerry Shepherd and myself, especially Jerry Shepherd, he got proof showing that he had emailed Mayor Sylvester Turner and also Sheila Jackson Lee. He got proof that he had been emailing them for almost 8 years since they've been in office. And not now one of them had the courage or the respect to at least answer and reply his email. Maybe because he don't give any money to their campaign. Maybe because he's not in the clique, And I hate to say it, but it is what it is. I remember the time when Dr. Coleman, Justin Robinson Jr., Mickey Leland, and along with Zolly Skills Sr., Reverend Moore, Reverend Everett, all of these people came together to try to put districts into effect so that we would have some kind of representation at City Hall, and as even far as Harris County. But looking on the outside, these black politicians ain't doing nothing for us, y'all, except they come around when it's time for the TV cameras to be out there. They want to show their face, or it's time that they got to be able to promote themselves and be able to go out there and solicit our votes, all because they black. That ain't the way it go, man. And these preachers, you don't have nobody like Reverend Everett no more. You don't have no Reverend Banks. You don't have no Reverend Stanley E. Branch. These preachers don't give a damn about Third Ward or none of the people that live in Third Ward, no more than to pacify them. Pacify means just throw them a little bit of something to show that they giving. And these black politicians, they come in here just like the thing out there on the Blodgett. Here it is. I know without a doubt, I have heard from the Houston attorney. There's nowhere in the world that Rodney Ellis should have built that bike trail out there for the students over there at TSU on the city's property without okaying it through the city. These are kind of things, and it's all about him trying to help Rodney. Just like Sylvester. I mean, I love these guys, man. They ain't did nothing to me. But I'm just telling you, just because they black, they expect you to go vote for them, and they not going to do nothing really positive to help you. Why? Because how much money you put in their campaign? Okay, you voted for them, whoop-de-doo. Without the people putting the money in the campaign to help pay for the ads and help put the money up front for them to run, you never would know they was running. So how would you just say they voted just because you voted for them? They ain't going to do nothing for you. I mean, I'm just being straight up. They'll do what they can for you, but they're not going out their way to try to do anything for you. Because like I said, we've been trying to get out there. No, Jerry Shepherd got proof showing that he didn't email these politicians, even Rodney Ellis and Sheila Jackson Lee and Sylvester Turner. Email them people about trying to put a statue out there for Jack Gates in Emancipation Park. But it didn't make them no different. They didn't even have the courtesy to even email them back and say they can't do it, or they try, or they'll put it on the agenda. They didn't do none of that. Because who is Jerry Shepherd? He don't put nothing in their campaign. They don't know who he is. No more now, assuming that he go and vote. You know, these are the type of situations that we as black people got to understand. These Oreo blacks. Yeah, they black on the outside, but inside they just as white as the purest white can snow. In fact, they'll trick you and tell you because they're your race, they're going to do something for you, trying to get your vote. And when it all boils down, they ain't calling no shots. The people calling the shots are the people who putting all the money in their campaign. Those are the people who calling the shots. And I know, like I say, when Dr. Coleman and these people got together, including Kathy Whitmire, she helped push this thing through for to get districts. And the name of this was to be able to get representation in each community. But the people who have been running for these big jobs and these big politicians, they're not trying to do anything. You know, I can't say that about our district city council because they're doing everything they can do for their district, man. Hats off to them. Carolyn Evans, Bob, hats off. Mr. Edward Parley, hats off. Martha, hats off. All of you city councilmen that's in the district, y'all doing everything y'all can do, but it ain't all up to you. It's up to the city councilman at large and the mayor and the controller. That's where the buck stops. And I'm not going to get into all this politics because this is a season to rejoice. And we look back at all the memories and some of the people who didn't make it for this Christmas. First of all, my son, may he rest in peace. He never could see last year Thanksgiving, nor this year Thanksgiving, nor this year Christmas. Miss Olivia Morris got a chance to see her birthday, but she was in the hospital. But by Christmas, she was gone with the Lord. You know, Ron Tompkins' brother, Moon, man, I mean, it just on and on. The list go on and on. Clinton Square, you know, all of this is people who didn't make it. But we here today celebrating Christmas 2023. We're here with a purpose. God got us here with a purpose. I know what I'm supposed to do. Whether or not people accept me or not, I'm doing God's will. And I'm asking, why me? And I look back at all the history and the things that God took me through, and I say, why not me? So I come today to help celebrate this Christmas 2023 with you guys and wish each and every one of you and your family a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year for 2024. And I thank you so much for all that we done in 2023, and we did quite a bit. We did quite a bit of history. You know, first of all, I'd like to thank all the people who really helped put together. Over 200,000 people looked at that video Third Ward in Sunnyside. You know, over 100,000 people looked at the video of Cashmere Garden. Man, you know, over 50,000 people looked at the one out there in Harlem Clark. Over 40,000 people looked at the one out there in South Park. Over another 30,000 people looked at the one out there in City Gas. Another 40,000 people looked at the one out there in Acres Home. Another 50,000 looked at the one out there in Independent Heights, which we call Studewood. So these things are history that we are documenting for the future generation. Because we realize that the young people today, some of them might not care. Some of them do care. But let's don't deprive the young people that's being born every minute as we speak right now. Because we putting this stuff on social media and documenting this. It's for them. Not for us, because we done lived it. It's for them to see how far we have came. To see the celebration that we have conquered. These are the things. We look back at some of the things that I did for Jack Yates, man. You know, I thank Tanya Lott and all the people in Jack Yates' class of 1968. Miss Linda Giddings, all of you guys. Thank y'all for letting me document y'all 55 reunion. I look back at the class of 1968 of Phyllis Wheatley. Thank you guys for letting me document our history of the school and your class. I look back at some of the things that we did over there at Wheatley for the class of 1969. Their 50th class reunion. And we go right back to Phyllis Wheatley, the class of 1959. My cousin, Mr. Edward Johnson, may he rest in peace. He passed away this year. His class of Phyllis Wheatley in 1959, 60-year class reunion. That's history. I look back at Jack Yates' class of 1955, Mr. Robert Jones, Mr. Judge Green, Gloria James, all of these people, Mr. Lonnie, all of these people, Emil, all of these people put together in 2015. That's 8 years ago. And it's still documented. Some of them people like Dan have passed away. A lot of class members of Jack Yates' class of 55 have passed away. But you know what? Their kids and their family can still see their video of them representing Jack Yates. See, this is a legacy. And this is what all I'm about. Is trying to keep a legacy going on. I'm not trying to show myself. And I feel like I did enough for myself. When I worked on the radio station and worked at all these different jobs, I did enough for myself. I'm trying to help the next generation. Because if they don't know where they're coming from, they will never know where they're going. And some of us are so selfish that we've taken all of our history that God has blessed us with, taking it right out there to the Houston Memorial Garden. Some of it going out there Paradise North, some of it going out there in Paradise South. We've taken it and burying it. Selfish. God give us this free. You didn't charge us for this. I mean, this is what we went through during the 50s and the 60s and the 70s and the 80s. Our experience. We all did some history, y'all. If you lived in the 50s and the 60s and even in the 70s, you were part of some real history of how blacks overcame a lot of things as far as struggle and concern. We didn't just automatically get a black president like Obama. We had to work for it. We didn't get a black vice president like Killer Harris, Miss Harris. We had to work for it. Ain't nobody sitting around looking for something for nothing. All these jobs that we used to have, we don't have them no more. You know, I posted all the barbecue spots out in 3rd Ward and 5th Ward. You can't find none now. They're only a handful. They're all gone. All the black businesses are gone down Lyons Avenue. All the black businesses gone down Dowling. Those are our history. And they have faded away. And that's why I'm trying to do as much as I can to put this history together for the future generation. You know, it's hard, but I look at it this way. Ain't nothing too hard for you when you're doing God's will. As much as God did for us, or did for me, over these last 75 years, it ain't nothing too hard for me to do for him. To show my God how much I appreciate him letting me still be his to survive through all of this turmoil. Losing my mother, and I don't have any brother. I got one brother that I can depend on. I have no kids that I can depend on since my son is gone. But you know what? I'm not going to give up, because I know it's still somebody out there. I still got a brother that's out there that's going to look after me. I'm not worried about it. You know, when God show you that you're losing people, God also show you, if you take time, He'll show you where you're gaining people. Because the people who you're losing, evidently they weren't worth you having around anyway. Because if they would, God would have kept them in the mix. So, life goes on. And I thank you, Facebook family. Thank you very much. And like I say, 2024, it's going to be our year. Without a doubt, y'all, it's going to be our year. Because 2024, we got the Jack Gates Men Luncheon coming. Then we got the Jack Gates Hall of Fame coming with Coach Dooley. I'll call him a coach because he's coaching Coach Wise as much as he can on the Jack Gates basketball team and the Jack Gates Hall of Fame. This is going to be the second year. So all of this going down in January as we get ready to close out January. And by the end of January, hopefully if the good Lord's willing, by February we'll be in Las Vegas. On February the 11th, we'll be in Las Vegas. We will go show you everything that I can, just like I showed you when the Super Bowl came to LA, Super Bowl 56. Well, God is blessing me to go around with Super Bowl 58, February the 11th, at Allegiant Stadium, right there off of Highway 15 and Las Vegas Boulevard. So, thank you again. Again, I'd like to say thank you for all of your support. And most of all, I'd like to wish you and your family a Merry Christmas 2023 and a Happy New Year for 2024. God bless you. I love you all, you guys. Thank you.